Money mindset. How to really make money with ease. Written by the Suityogi. Introduction. This is truly for you. Make service rather than money your goal, and you will see the entire plan of your life will change. Paramahamsa Yogananda. This is one of the most important books that I have written. So many times in my life, I have heard only negative statements about money. Maybe that was because I was more attentive to hear the negative rather than the positive. I grew in a family where there was a constant fight about money, day and night. That must have influenced my perception of money. Now, everything has changed for me. It was hard work, but my relationship with money has transformed. It has nothing to do with what I was once thinking about money. Money is not bad. Money is not good either. Money is just a tool. Money can be used as a tool, but we can also use it to moralize everyone about how bad money is, which is mostly happening in today's world. Only the way we use the money makes it good or bad or something else. A gun is not good or bad. Only the person who holds the gun and his actions make it good or bad. It can protect someone, but at the same time, it can kill someone. So it is literally always in our hands, in our perception of life, what and how we use tools. Tools can be used if they are needed, and if not, they should be placed out of our hands, so we can rest. There is no need to constantly having the tools in our hands, isn't it? If we can see life the way it is, then money will be just another possibility to experience our lifetime on this planet. Our time on earth is limited, and how joyful we are is not depending on money. Anger, frustration, hatred, blissfulness, joyfulness, all happens nowhere else than within us. My lifetime is ticking away, and so is yours. And I rather see you and me using money as a wonderful possibility to grow and bring well-being, not only to yourself and to myself, but to every human being, and fully walk your own path. This is better than dying with a tiny limited belief that money is not good. It is a tool, and you can simply use it as that. I hope after reading this book, you can see the possibilities and live your life to the fullest. Georgios Tsolpidis, founder of the Suityogi. Chapter 2. Money is a tool. Stop disliking money. Money is a tool, as your mind and body is. Use it or leave it, but do not moralize about it. The Suityogi. We depend on a currency to exchange, and that is good. Stop thinking negatively about money. It does not bring you anywhere if you're a part of the society and using money, being dependent on it. This dependency can cause harm because the moment the currency vanishes, you will also vanish. This dependency happens because you are attached to money. You either like it or you dislike it. Those who are not depending on it will suffer no pain, even if money is the biggest currency, and it will drop because there is a currency more valuable in their lives, within. This is limiting your options of acting with it as a tool. These days, a lot of people start talking about financial freedom. But what does that even mean? Financial freedom does not only mean to have a lot of money. No, Being financially free means being independent of money from within. You can use money as a tool, and if you do not rely on it, you are independent. No likes or dislikes are needed to use it as a tool. If you do not identify yourself with what you have, for example, the tools that you have, like money, but with who you really are, and with a little involvement in your life, money will naturally come to you. Who you really are is the real currency. Who you really are is the real currency. And money is just a side effect of that. What I mean by that is that in today's world, it is possible to be your most authentic self and earn money with it. How is a topic we cover later in this book. When we speak about currency and ourselves, we can even find noticeable patterns in the English language. We talk about paying attention. Who pays attention? Who do we pay attention to? For what and to whom? Simple. It is always life. Every experience happens within us. Every sound that we hear, every fragrance that we smell, every image that we see, every sentence that we speak, every move that we feel are all physical vibrations that enter our sense organs in order to make an experience in us. So, when we pay attention, we are using our currency within us to direct ourselves in a way. Analogically, money is just a currency outside of ourselves, but which is resonating with who we are and what we pay attention to in life. If we pay attention using our inner currency towards the negative about money, this is what we are going to perceive and receive in our life. For those who are playful but still negative in their mindset about it, look at money in that way. It is a game, and you do not like the rules, but you still play it. You already play because you live in this society that is economy driven. Living in this is agreeing on the system. You stopped thinking there because of your dislike. You started complaining instead of learning the rules properly and using them or invent strategies to win the game. You're not creative. It is like playing a game, doing what you want, even disliking the rules, and hoping that everything comes to you for free without any involvement in your life. How do you want to win the game if you do not accept the rules, study the rules, and use the rules to make that game fantastic? If you do not like to play that money game, there are still some tribes outside in the forest, living in the harmony with nature. Do not forget, your lifetime is ticking away right now, and that is your real currency. If you pay attention to complaining and disliking, this is what you're going to get in your life: complainment and dislike. This is not a bad investment if you decide so consciously. It is just denying you all the possibilities and that the tool money offers you. Do not limit yourself to your beliefs about money. Just use it and enhance your and the life of others. Time is still ticking. It is less by reading this now. Take finally responsibility for your life. Stop executing the job of explaining yourself and your beliefs to others. Take finally responsibility for your life. Stop executing the job of explaining yourself and your beliefs to others, and just do what works best for you. Choose wisely. Soon, this life will be over. Chapter 3. Realization of the possibilities in 2018. Money is as much a tool as your mind and body is. Use it or leave it, but do not moralize it. Money was invented by a human being to exchange experience with experience. Now we have the possibilities to do whatever we want in order to secure our survival by exchanging what we are doing with what we want to have. Using money as a tool to not only secure our survival, but to also realize our dreams and goals is possible in 2018. It is easier than ever before. And that is because of another huge possibility, the internet. With the invention of the internet, everything became more and more connected. You can sit here and talk to million people all over the world. This was never possible before in human existence. The time to share who you are is right now. It is the time where you can fully express yourself and show it to a million people. By doing that, you know you have the possibility to earn your living. Put aside about what you have learned in school, about what your teachers, parents, friends, and anybody else once lectured you about money and the possibilities you have as a human being. You have to realize that we live in 2018 and our technologies are developing so fast that most of us cannot comprehend what is happening, especially because the education system lacks of actuality. And that is also because it is not comprehending what kind of consequences every new invention of technology has on the way we live in a society. It lacks comprehension about what is happening right now in 2018, and therefore it shares information that is out of date and not adequate on what is going on in this period of human existence. Our education system is still based on testing how good our memory is, and that is basically how intelligence is measured. We have to forcefully put tons of information into our brain storage. Then we become so dull of all the information that we come out of school not having a clue what to do with our lives, because most of the information that we have learned is not relevant for our day-to-day life, unless we have created some methods to integrate all the intellectual information. Because of this dullness that is caused by an overload of stored information, we lack orientation, lack sensitivity, and vision clarity. Our mind chatters and discriminates constantly. It is becoming very hard to get a foothold, not only just because we live in 2018 and the technological development is so fast like never before, but generally we are making it ourselves more difficult to use more of the potential that lies within us, every one of us. How can we see clearly when your mind pops a thought here and a thought pops there, and then you are making a story out of recycling the same information over and over again? It is hard for someone to be focused on one direction if the mind is operated in such a way. It might sound a bit harsh, but if you really want to realize what your potential as a human being in 2018 is, then throw all academic degrees in the garbage. In the 1900s, they were worth something. That was before the internet was invented. It has been called intelligent to store so much information in our brain and to be able to reuse when we needed it. But now we have computers that are way more efficient than us in collecting data, information, knowledge, in recycling it, restructuring it, storing it, and accessing it. Are they now more intelligent than us because of that? No, only if we keep educating ourselves as in the 19th century. What a PhD or a professor knows today can be Googled by a 10-year-old one. All the information you need today is on the internet. There is no necessity to store thousands of information into your brain memory, especially if you do not even know how your mind really works. Because of not knowing our own tools, like our mind and body, it is happening that we might feel overwhelmed with all this information around us, not knowing which direction to go, being confused about our own paths in life, and especially when we think about making a living, getting a job and finding the right position and our role in this society. The famous question, what am I going to do with my life? This troubles a lot of young people. They're still in an early biological developing stage. The brain, body, mind are still developing, and yet every youngster wants to know what to do with their life by the age of 20 to 25. Give yourself time. Do not stress yourself with the philosophy of making money. Make yourself instead. You do not know anything about yourself and your body is still in a developmental stage. How do you want to know what you want to create in this life if you do not know anything about the creator that is you and the tools of creation that you have? In the yogi culture, in Sanskrit, we say, Yogasta Guru Karmani. Yogasta means establish in yoga. Guru means perform. Karmani means action. So everything together means first establish yoga, then act. Or in other words, first establish yourself as a living human being. First explore the tools that you are using to create before you start creating something. And then create, then act. The yogic system is providing you how to coordinate and operate mind and body. Without knowing yourself and the tools that you are using, you will just start something somehow, but not exactly knowing how. At one point in your life, what you are doing will most likely lead to unsatisfaction in your life, especially because you have used your tools without knowing how they actually work, let alone their full potential for now. See, if you have a smartphone and you do not know how to use it, and you're still using it somehow, you will maybe by accident find out what cool functions it has by clicking here and there, but you will not know all the functions of the gadget if you're not willing to explore the functions before you use them. Experimenting is required. The same goes for body and mind. These are technologies, tools that you can learn to operate. Right now you're using them, but you do not have a clue how you actually are operating them. What we mostly learn in today's school is just how to store, recycle, and reproduce intellectual information from and in our memory. This is one discriminatory faculty of the mind that we have explored in our school when it comes to knowing the mind. But this is where it basically stops. We did not learn how to delete the information that we have stored, or how to shut down our system, putting the tools aside if we do not want the input of the intellectual information that we have accumulated in our mind. We did not learn how to delete the information that we have stored, or how to shut down our system, putting the tools aside if we do not want the input of the intellectual information that we have accumulated in our mind from our mind. We fed our mind with so much information, and now the mind chatters endlessly without our intention or control. One thought appears there, another thought appears there. This uncontrolled process makes it impossible for us to choose which direction we want to take in our lives. Our thoughts appear randomly, without our intervention. This happens because we have learned how to store information, but we did not learn how to let the storage be storage. We are too identified with the information that we have been storing over the years. This is because in this society we believe it is intelligent to have so much information stored in our brain and being able to reproduce it like a machine when it is needed. This causes constant mind chatter in the mind. We are so identified with the intellectual information that we have accumulated in our life, that our mind took control over life. The tool took control over the creator. Shouldn't it be the other way around? This happened only because we do not have a clue about the tools that we are using in order to create. So coming back to money. When it comes to money in your life, it means that your thought process is about money. Your mind is letting you think now to know what to do now in order to make or to not make money. Either way, you will think about money. Either way, you will think about it. This can cause psychological problems because you are looking at money the other way around. Instead of using it as a device for exchanging what you really want to do with your life, with some goods like food or other objects, traveling or other experiences, we are going the other way around to think that it is necessary to forcefully do something just to make and have money. But even if you have the best paid job in town and the best salary, I'm asking you, what kind of satisfaction will it give you to buy all the goods that you want without having done anything with your lifetime, what you really want? With the internet, there is an infinite amount of paid possibilities that you can do. You can work in an online company, you can create your own company, or you build your personal brand online and influence and inspire millions of people out there to do what they love. There are so many possibilities to do what you love, but please do not start to think in a thought pattern of, I have to make money for a living. You do not have to make money. You can go outside in the woods and live your life there. But as a part of the society, as an individual of the society, you're accepting an economy-driven system where you can actually exchange what you do with your lifetime with other things that you would like to have or to experience. You can go and join some tribes in the forest, or you can inspire 1 million people online. For example, with your own sports program that you have created and that you are using anyway in order to be fit and healthy. You just share it online, and in exchange, people buy your program and your health products in order to stay fit and healthy. These products can be sustainably designed the way you want it. Then you earn some money from the lifetime you spent inspiring people to be fit and healthy, and use your earnings to experience something else. You can exchange your earnings that came from your spending your lifetime on something with another experience, like a delicious food experience or a travel experience, or buying the object that you really wanted to have. With the invention of the internet, those possibilities are there for everyone. Everyone can do what they love to do and share it as content. The only mind barrier that they have to overcome is to be not afraid and ashamed by judgments. Just show yourself to the world the way you are right now and share your experience about life. Some of the people in the world might find your sharings helpful, which are in a similar life situation. You never know if that what you truly have to say is going to benefit and help someone or 1 million of human beings. And please, make some effort in creating the content itself. We live in 2018. To make content with good quality, you simply have to Google it. But I have experienced that most of us are not even capable of doing that. Uploading a video filmed by a potato, no editing, and the sound quality so bad that you rather like to listen to a bulldozer next to you. So, wake up! We live in 2018. Possibilities are here. You are here. You are in life. Hello, this is the chance for you to do what you love. And again, if you do not know how, Google or use the 5 million other search engines on the internet. You do not need a degree for that. This brings me to the next point. You don't go to school anymore to get pumped with information without knowing what to do with it, just causing intellectual damage to your mind. No, you can just pick up the information that you truly need in your life. You can still get your degree and get out of school not being completely dull. Does it make sense to you to carry a basket full of apples from an apple tree if you're not even able to use more than 2 or 3 for sustaining the energies of your body? You're just going to carry the rest with you, and if you are not able to use them or share them with someone else, they will be wasted. And not only that, your lifetime and energy spent on collecting and carrying them is also wasted. So this is what happens in our education system today. We're picking up too much information that we do not need in our personal lives, But we still have to pick them up because no exams passed equals no degree. We're spending so much energy picking up information into ourselves without knowing the possibilities of sharing or at least not being identified with information. Third, we're so full of information that we become too full of ourselves, incapable of knowingly getting to one direction that we really want to take in our life. All those things today's education gives us, of course, can be managed as well, but we have to also get a better understanding of who or what is collecting this information, who or what is storing it, and most importantly, how and what are the tools that are used. And to say it again, put aside what you have learned in school. Put aside what your teachers and parents, friends, and anybody else once lectured you about money. Keep them in the back of your mind. It is also beneficial to let aside every conclusion, assumptions. It is also beneficial to let aside every conclusion and assumptions or other intellectual information that you have about life and really start to explore the creator of your reality, which is you. Automatically, you will fall into exploration of the tools that you're using to create your reality through your perception by using mind and body. If you do not like to play the money game, as mentioned before, there are still some tribes outside in the forest living with harmony in nature, but you can also bring awareness back into people's life in this society by using the money in order to make people more aware of nature again. In the end, it is your choice what you do with your lifetime. What is important is to be aware that your lifetime is shorter after reading this and gets shorter by any second. Seconds that could have been used to take time to explore the tools with what you are really actually making an experience possible. If you know how the inner machinery works and you can use the tools of the machinery the way you want it, you can choose the experience that you have in those seconds of your lifetime. If you do not take any time to explore the fundamental tools that you are using to create your experience and how you perceive life, then what do you think your life is going to look like in the end? Last but not least, I want to share with you one easy method to know where you're heading in your life. Start with the end in mind. Just see what you do right now and continue doing that in your imagination until you're 90 years of age. Just by doing this tiny experiment with yourself will reveal if that what you're doing now really is what you want to do right now. Because this moment is the only moment that you have, and that really, really is real. Living in the moment is, in my opinion, a weird philosophy, because you cannot live somewhere else than in this moment. And this moment is the only one that will ever exist in your life. And this moment is the only one that will ever exist in your life, from now until death. Make the best out of it. Chapter 4. Start your first real business. Inner business. Yogasta kuru karmani. First establish yoga, then act. First, establish yourself as a living human being. First, explore the tools that you are using to create before you start creating something, and then create, then act. Without knowing yourself and the tools that you are using, you will just start something somehow, but not exactly knowing how. At one point in your life, what you are doing will most likely lead to unsatisfaction in your life, especially because you have used your tools without knowing their full potential. We do economy in the yogic way, starting by ourselves. The first business we first have to learn to manage is the business within, before we start to act. First establish yoga, then act. Why? Because yoga gives us a scientific method how to function the sophisticated computer, what we call body and mind. If you do not know how to function this computer, how do you want to program the life that you want? Pressing random keys, hoping that you somehow manage to be successful? Sometimes it will work, but we do not aim for sometimes. We aim for every time, being fully in control of the body and mind. We're not going to cover everything about the inner mechanics, but the things that I have covered should help you awaken your curiosity, drop your old beliefs, and help you to start your first inner business. Unfortunately, there is not enough space to cover this topic in this book. But luckily, I achieved with a lot of effort to create different sources for you to explore yourself inside out. For that, I link an extension to another book I have written, Life Efficiency. There you can logically approach to realize how you can use the stuff that you already know practically. I have also created a whole program which is called EIT, Efficient Inner Technology. Efficient because I want to bring you to a level of understanding about yourself in a very short amount of time. Here, you will learn to access your inner potential as a human being and the tools how to explore your own potential. I will cover basic tools for you which you can implement easily in your daily life and ignite your potential day by day with little effort. Nevertheless, involvement and dedication are needed in this process. I also have a very practical online program about the mechanics of the mind and body called Inner Exploration, which you can find under this link. If you're interested in getting to know your mind patterns that governing your life, which are still unconscious and yet to explore, I have created a very practical, easily applicable step-by-step program in my book, Mind Journal. This is very good for beginners. If you're interested in working personally with me and assist you on your journey to become a yogic entrepreneur, build your personal brand online, or explore and ignite your potential as a human being, I offer different coaching packages. As you can see, there's a lot of resources that I have created, which makes it unnecessary to cover this topic in this book. I also want to mention Isha Foundation and their Inner Engineering program, if you're interested in an alternative source for self-exploration. They provide a whole program using the yogic sciences as a technology to bring well-being. In the next chapter, we will continue to understand how to make money just by being ourselves, following a self-chosen path, accessing your inner potential, being human, and the tools how to explore your own potential. I will cover basic tools for you, which you can implement easily in your daily life and ignite your potential day by day with little effort. Chapter 5. Inner business equals outer business, business model. If you're going to quit anything, quit being lazy, quit making excuses, quit waiting for the right time. Joe Duncan. The title already says everything about the strategy. By exploring yourself as a human being, you're walking your own unique way. You have your own unique perspective and approach to explore what is within you. The logical premise of this model: you are the business. You do business being yourself. You do business by sharing what you love. Your work is your love to life. Why is it working? You have a unique perspective about life that nobody else has. This is what makes your journey walking on your own path so valuable. By sharing the content of your life, many can benefit from your unique life experience. Nobody has the same perspective of life and experiences the same as you do right now. If I'm sure about one thing in my life, then it is you are unique. There is no one on this planet who has exactly the same perspective of experiencing life. I promise you that. How you experience your life is your own unique offering, and nobody can take that away from you. Now, this unique perspective of life needs to be packed into a digital content. As discussed in the chapter Realization of Possibilities in 2018, You can sit here and speak to 1 million, if not 1 billion people, 24 hours, 365 days a year. This was never possible before in human history. This is a huge possibility. So let's break it down into a checklist. Requirements to become successful inside out. You have decided to go fully on your own path and to fully do what you love in your life. If you do not know what you love, then this is even better. You can create content about how to find what you love in life by experimenting and trying out new things. You have internet access. If not, there are libraries where you can make a card for free, and worst case, an internet cafe to have access. You have a camera, computer, and editing software to record and create content. If not, there are 1 million ways to type in Google how to use X, Y, Z to learn what you need. If you need money to buy a camera, computer, and editing software, you can job for a while in a coffee or in the other 3 billion jobs that are offered in our market to earn the money that you need. Most important is that you just start as early as possible because your lifetime is limited. The next point is you have no hesitation to record your life. If you need help with that, Google or YouTube is your friend. How to record X, Y, Z. If you lack self-confidence, we can work together. Next point, you have access to money, which means you're agreeing to live in this society using money just as a tool without being emotionally attached to money. The pace of your progress and your business is pretty much relying upon this variable. The more you do something out of your heart and not because of the money, and still welcoming the money and manage the money rationally, properly, the faster you are going to progress. Keep in mind, you do it for yourself because you want to spend your valuable lifetime on it, not because you want to earn a living which is purposeless. The last requirement is a bit drier. Study social media marketing and content creation. Do not worry, you do not need to go to school for that. Here as well, everything is on the internet. The basic knowledge is important for you to reach people in the beginning. If you still find some excuses to not live your purposeful life, doing what you love, exploring yourself as a human being, just hook up with me on a coaching call. I promise you there, you will have no excuses at the end of our session. Also, I will soon publish a book, How to Fulfill All the Requirements Step by Step for those who are in struggle. Chapter 6. Last words on your way. Treat every moment as your last. It is not a preparation for something else. Shunryo Suzuki. Money can only create external pleasantness. It cannot create inner pleasantness. But if your business is you, if your business is your transformation, and you are sharing that path with humanity, then you are focusing on creating inner pleasantness. At the same time, with minimal extra effort, you create external pleasantness for yourself and for others, earning money doing that. Money is not the goal. It is not about earning money for a living. It is about living and let money be a tool for exchange. If you have a lot of money, you can stay in a 5-star hotel, but if your body, mind, emotions, and energy are not pleasant, would you enjoy your 5-star hotel? No. Does that mean you should not have money? No. But the priorities should be considered. Which should come first? If these 4 things within you are very pleasant and you also have money, you can make the outside also pleasant. So the inner business model is perfect to create pleasantness. So if you want to take away something, these are the realizations in short. We live in 2018, where technology is doing most of the intellectual work for us. No need to store unnecessary information in your brain. You can do better things with your brain. We have the internet with unlimited possibilities. There is really nothing that you cannot find a solution for on the internet. We have a money system with unlimited possibilities. It is a transaction tool. There is nothing right or wrong about it. It is just that if money does not stay in your pockets and goes into your head, misery will come. We have a lifetime with unlimited possibilities. Being human is not a defined boundary. Seek and do not believe or disbelieve things. Logic does not make life. Life is making logic. So do not be ruled by your logic, but let your logic be an instrument to coordinate your life and the physical. We have a life, a body, a mind, with unlimited possibilities. Your lifetime is ticking away right now, and by every second you get closer to the end of your life. So, what are you waiting for? If you wait, I can tell you certainly the chances of taking responsibility for life will be soon over. But if you're finally ready to realize and use what is here, your life will flourish and drown in a moment of pure joyfulness. Drop your beliefs, drop your past, and try out absolute new things. If you still do not know how to get started, just get in touch with me. I love to help, because I'm interested in the well-being and unlocking the potential of every human being on earth, as long as I am in this life. You can find me on the website www.thesuityogi.com.